Hello students. This lesson is about factoring quadratics when there's a number in front of the x squared. So the form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Today's method is guess and check. The first thing you have to remember is that because there's a number in front of the variable in front there, then our sum product pattern doesn't work. You can't figure out what adds up to negative 48 and multiplies it with negative 20 because it doesn't work. We have a number in front. So what we want to do is think of all the possible ways that we can multiply and get 5p squared, and think of all the ways we can multiply and get negative 20. We're going to figure out by guessing and checking which combinations work. So 5p times p is the only way to get 5p squared. Negative 20 has a lot of possibilities though. We could have negative 20 times 1, we could have 20 times negative 1, negative 2 times 10, 2 times negative 10, 4 times negative 5, negative 4 times 5. So now that we have all the possible options, we're going to pick a couple and try to guess and check. At least we know that we have to have 5p in one of the parentheses and p in the other one. We need to figure out how to multiply and get 48, which is a pretty big number. So I am going to guess that I need to have 5 times 10, which is 50. That's pretty close to 48. I'm going to put the 10 in the other parentheses away from the 5p. And I'm going to put the 2 here. Let's just put a plus and a minus and see what happens. Now I'm going to FOIL or multiply the two binomials and check to see if I am correct. 5p times p is 5p squared. 5p times minus 10 would give me minus 50p. 2 times p is plus 2p. 2 times negative 10, that gives me minus 20. Combine the like terms. 5p squared minus 48p minus 20 is the answer. And that means that I factored correctly when I guessed 5p plus 2 and p minus 10. For this next example, I'm going to do the same thing. So I've got to guess and check. First, I'm going to think of ways to get 3n. And again, luckily, there's only one way to get 3n squared. It's 3n times n. 14 could be 1 times 14 or 2 times 7. Notice that the middle term is negative and the last is positive. That means that I have two negative numbers that I multiplied, because two negatives when you multiply together gives me a positive. So I need to check with negative 1 and negative 14, negative 2 and negative 7. That's the only way to get a negative in the middle. I am ready to start guessing and checking. I got 3n and I've got n, and I am going to guess, let's just put the 7 here and the 2 there. Minus, minus. Let's check and see. So I've got 3n times n, that's 3n squared. 3n times negative 2, negative 6n, negative 7n, and positive 14. That gives me 3n squared minus 13n plus 14. Hey, I guessed correctly again. I'm just a lucky guy. This is our last example. 16k squared minus 24k plus 9. Again, now I've got to think about what are the possible ways to multiply and get 16k squared. I could have k times 16k, and I could have 4k times 4k. To get 9, I could have 1 times 9 or 3 times 3. Again, I see this negative in the middle, and I got a positive 9. So that tells me I multiplied two negatives to get a positive. So these numbers should be negative. What would you guess first? I'm going to try the 4Ks. And I'm going to try the -3s. This feels familiar, like that one of those perfect square patterns. Let's check it out. So 4K times 4K, 16K squared. 4K times -3, -12K. -12K. +9, 16K squared minus 24K plus 9. Oh, and I was correct again. Sometimes you guess lucky, and sometimes you'll have to check after you've guessed incorrectly. Good luck with these.